Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's head outside and take a look outside our beautiful weather window once again today. We head up to northern part of our viewing area, and this is our Billy Goat camera. It's up in Okanagan country. You can see where the Methow River joins the Columbia River. That's Pateros, and about the middle of your screen is Brewster with a few clouds up that way. We saw that too, but boy, another day of unseasonably warm temperatures. And move ahead to Wednesday. All of those stars by each town on that map indicate at or above record high temperatures. Our record for tomorrow, 62, and I think we'll be about 63 degrees. Moses Lake, Omak, you too should set records tomorrow, and we will talk much more about that before we cool down this weekend, coming up in your weather forecast. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Grant County Sheriff's deputies used K-9 Edo to track down a 15-year-old burglary suspect Sunday night. Eastern Washington's two congressional representatives sent a letter Monday to President Joe Biden urging a disaster declaration for the Colville Indian Reservation. And Hillary Franz announced this morning a new Keep Washington Green reforestation initiative. But first, our top story tonight. Republican King County Council member Reagan Dunn announced yesterday that he'll run for the 8th Congressional District seat currently held by Democratic Representative Dr. Kim Schreier. Dunn is the son of Jennifer Dunn, who represented the 8th District in Congress from 1993 to 2005. Former U.S. Representative Dave Reichert, a Republican who held the seat from 2004 to 2018, will chair Dunn's campaign. The primary race is shaping up to feature Schreier, Dunn, and Republican Jesse Jensen competing for two spots on the general election ballot. Jensen ran for the seat in 2020, losing to Schreier by just under 15,000 votes in the general election. Dunn has won election to 5 terms on the King County Council and in 2012 ran for state attorney general, but was defeated by current Attorney General Bob Ferguson in that general election. Grant County Sheriff's deputies used K-9 Edo to track down a 15-year-old burglary suspect Sunday night. About 6 p.m., the Grant County Sheriff's Office received a call of a burglary in progress at a home at 2400 Hamilton Road Northeast, just outside Moses Lake. The property owner said he'd seen 2 men standing near a shed on his property. Deputy Tyson Voss and K-9 Edo quickly found the 15-year-old boy hiding in nearby shrubbery, but the other suspect escaped. The teen was lodged in the Grant County Youth Services Center on suspicion of second-degree burglary. The Sheriff's Office continues to look for that second suspect. Eastern Washington's 2 congressional representatives sent a letter yesterday to President Joe Biden urging a disaster declaration for the Colville Indian Reservation. Last summer, major wildfires scorched reservation lands and left them vulnerable to flooding and landslides this winter. Dan Newhouse of the 4th District and Kathy McMorris Rogers of the 5th say the president's approval would release federal funds to remove debris, protect from floods and landslides, and repair roads, bridges, water systems, and other public facilities affected by those fires. Biden issued a similar wildfire disaster designation last year for the Colville tribes and 9 eastern Washington counties, including Douglas and Okanagan. Commissioner of Public Lands Hillary Franz is proposing a new bill designed to protect Washington forest resources and replant trees across the state, including in urban areas. A study by the University of Washington found that the state permanently lost about 400,000 acres of forest between 2017 and 2019. In a press conference today, Franz said her proposed Keep Washington Evergreen initiative would conserve 1 million acres of working forests and reforest another million.
Our way of life as Washingtonians is irrevocably linked to the continued survival of our forests. Simply put, the continued loss of forest land poses a clear and dire threat to our communities, our environment, and our economy. Now, the threats our forests face are tremendous. My travels throughout Washington have given me an up-close look at the devastating impacts communities face when they lose their forests. Whether it's the loss of jobs in forest-supported communities, increased cases of childhood asthma because of dirty air, reduced water storage and increased flooding, or crops wiped out by rising temperatures, entire communities across our state are being hollowed out by forest conversion.
Coming up next, the North Central Washington bird count has cataloged 5 more species this fall than the last annual count. Chelan County Commissioners have awarded almost $223,000 in lodging tax dollars to area festivals and other tourism-related groups. And making its return this Saturday is the annual Holiday Craft Bazaar fundraiser for the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Band. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Merry Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Merry Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Merry Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Merry Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
This holiday season, let Wild Birds Unlimited help you deliver something truly special to friends and loved ones. The gift of bird feeding. Even if you can't be together in person this year, a busy backyard bird feeder will bring a little smile and a little connection with you. We're here for you with safe, convenient shopping, whether it's in-store, at curbside, or when you order online. Wild Birds Unlimited. Joy delivered.
Welcome back. In another news, good news from North Central Washington's bird watchers. The NCW Audubon Society says that as of October, it's recorded sightings of 5 more species of birds than were cataloged in all of 2020. Audubon bird watchers record their sightings in an online registry called eBird. In the 4-county area, 275 species were recorded by the end of last month, everything from the American avocet to the yellow-pumped warbler. That's compared to 270 species counted all of last year. Chelan County Commissioners have awarded almost $223,000 in lodging tax dollars to area festivals and other tourism-related groups. In all, 17 groups received money ranging from $33,000 for the Lake Chelan Wine and Jazz Festival to $5,000 for a regional contract bridge competition in Leavenworth. About half of the lodging tax dollars are committed to regional chambers of commerce, the Cascade Loop, and the recreational trail group Tread, with the remainder awarded in the form of grants. Overall, the County Lodging Tax Advisory Committee said there were 29 applicants for those funds. Well, making its return this Saturday is the annual Holiday Craft Bazaar fundraiser for the Wenatchee High School Golden Apple Band. The bazaar at Wenatchee High School is a Christmas season tradition that, like many events, had to be canceled last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz sat down with 2 drum majors in the band to talk about that bazaar.
I remember my older brother was in band like 10 years ago, and I remember going to the craft bazaar then when I was like super tiny, like 6 years old, and it was such a good time. It's like a little winter wonderland for a kid because we have like Santa and there's decorations everywhere. And I would just run around and see all the little stuffed animals, and it's so fun when you're a kid. And now I get to look at it through different eyes and be able to help out and be on the other side of it. It's amazing.
And it should be pointed out, I have any number of friends who actually participate in this as artisans, and they don't miss it for the world. They say this is one of their biggest days of the year for sailing too. They make a lot of money.
It's really busy. You come in and it won't be so crowded this year. We're going to really manage the size, the number of people mask wearing for COVID reasons, but it's still going to be really busy, and it's just a lot of people getting in the holiday spirit and buying gifts for their family members. We're also going to have a gift wrapping station this year. So it's really like holiday oriented, fun. We might even have some Christmas music. I'm going to be wearing a Santa hat.
Oh,
she
cool.
probably will be too.
Most definitely wearing a Santa hat.
You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Please stay with us.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
Hello, my name is Brian Brett, the Fire Chief for Chelan County Fire District 1, and I just wanted to talk about how amazing our Rivercom team is. They are intentional, purposeful, and skillful in everything they do, and they are the best at what they do. How they prepare, how they handle the caller, how they coordinate the emergency services, and how they push themselves to be the best. This is the kind of spirit that our Rivercom telecommunicators have. Our community needs you, we need you, we admire you. You're our lifeline.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. This year's influenza season is well underway, but it's also the second year of the COVID-19 pandemic. There's a safe and effective vaccine for both diseases, but the State Department of Health says childhood flu vaccinations are down this year about 25% compared with 2020. In tonight's features story, Simon Mendoza, a medical provider with Columbia Valley Community Health, told NCW Life's Jefferson Robbins that getting both vaccinations is the best idea for everyone.
What do you tell your patients about flu vaccination? It's the season to get it. The vaccinations are available. What's your advice?
My advice is absolutely to get it. It's the best protection that we can provide ourselves and our children. And even though there's been a decrease in cases with the social distancing, masking that we've been doing since March 2020, there is reduced population immunity, so that increases possibility of having a more severe and early influenza outbreak.
Is it safe to get a flu shot and a COVID shot in one sitting?
Absolutely, and I usually recommend that people get both. Just get one and done, or two and done.
And one can't protect from the other. You can't get cross protection from COVID by getting your flu shot.
Exactly, they're completely different vaccines.
If somebody's experiencing symptoms, and the symptoms of these two ailments can be very similar, is there a way that I as a patient can distinguish, well, this feels like the flu, or well, this feels like COVID? Is there a way for me to be certain or sure without getting a test?
I really wouldn't recommend that people try to distinguish the two, because it's hard enough for healthcare providers to try to distinguish it. One of the symptoms that is common of COVID-19 that we don't really see of the flu is the loss of taste or smell. But I wouldn't rely on that alone, and I do recommend that people get tested. We are frequently testing people for both. I know the CDC is as well. Just to get that surveillance data.
Is it possible to contract both diseases at the same time?
Yes, we have seen that among hospitalized patients. So obviously having two different viruses can overwhelm our immune system and cause more severe illness.
When patients come to you asking about the flu vaccine, what concerns are they expressing about whether they should get it? Are they expressing concerns for their own health or for their children's health?
So the most common misconception that I hear is, I got the flu vaccine last year or whenever, and then I got the flu. That's not possible because these flu shots are inactivated or weakened forms of the virus. The other concern is that getting both of them together might overwhelm the immune system. But in an otherwise healthy person, our immune system can deal with getting the two immunizations. And like I said, we actually recommend getting the two to get the best protection.
Time now to talk a little weather as we take a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. First, let's take a look outside our weather window from this afternoon. This is our Sky-Fi tower camera at Rude Canyon and overlooking a little bit of a cloud inversion in places over our area today, but you can also see through those clouds, and it made for a beautiful day today. Let's go back for a second. 65 Sunday. 61 yesterday, and today unofficially 57 degrees. That's still well over where we should be at this time of year at 38, and that also ties our record high temperature. We might break it. That a lot of times is adjusted a little bit later in the day, so maybe another record today, but at least we tied it from 1995. This morning we started off at 41 degrees. 27 is our normal low temperature, and once again 1985, it was a cold one. Our record low 2 degrees below zero. Sunrise 7:26, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:12. I'll tell you what, tomorrow, if you like today, you're going to love tomorrow. December 1st, and temperatures are going to look more like May 1st here in north central Washington. Look at this, 61 in Moses Lake and Ephrata, 62 for Quincy, 63 in Wenatchee, 61 in Ellensburg, and almost all of these temperatures on this map are all at least tying or record-breaking temperatures. 61 for Leavenworth. Beautiful day in Chelan tomorrow at 60 degrees. The only kicker, a little bit of wind over in the Columbia Basin tomorrow. But this is what everybody's talking about, that atmospheric river. And here it starts all the way out in the Pacific and rolls right in to the northwest part of Washington and especially the coastline of British Columbia. This scenario, it used to be called the Pineapple Express, will continue for the next several days, and that could cause some flooding in parts of northwestern Washington. But here at home tonight, we can expect mostly cloudy skies, still under the effect of a flat ridge that's over the top of us. We'll see low temperatures tonight in the lower to mid 40s. For Wednesday, partly cloudy skies. It is going to be beautiful with high temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Wind here in the Wenatchee Valley only about 5 to 15 miles an hour, so it should be a beauty tomorrow. For Thursday, partly cloudy, just slightly cooler, but boy, we can still call it very mild for this time of year with highs in the mid 50s. And then you can see our ridge really flattening out, and by the time we get into Friday, our airflow will switch more to the northwest, and that will be the beginning of a cool down that usually follows a nice little heat wave, so to speak. We'll see temperatures on Friday only in the mid 40s for high temperatures, so that's quite a change from what we've seen the past few days. Kicking off our weekend on Saturday, mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few sprinkles here at home on Saturday. Most of it will stay in the western part of the state. High temperatures as we kick off the weekend in the upper 40s, and then by Sunday, cloudy skies. We will see a 60% chance of rain, not till later in the day though. This is through most of Sunday with just mostly cloudy skies, but look what happens about midnight or so, and boy, this red area is heavy rain, and that will move down into the Portland area by Monday. But this is 9 o'clock in the morning Monday. The whole state seeing shower activity. 2 p.m., not so much, as most of that slides to the south, and we'll see high temperatures on Monday, mainly in the mid-40s. Take a look at that 7-day forecast now. 45 tonight, so a beautiful overnight low. Possible record right there tomorrow if we reach 63 degrees, and then we'll begin a cool down. 54 on Thursday, 46 Friday with partly cloudy skies, maybe a few scattered showers on Saturday, and 49 before we cool down even more on Sunday. High temperature then of 45, and by Monday, cloudy, rain likely with a high of 47. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma, and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And happy Tuesday to you. What are we going to do about the Seahawks? Seahawks offense was dreadful for most of the night, but made it close in the end in a 17-15 loss to Washington on Monday Night Football. At one point, Seattle's offense had 5 consecutive 3-and-outs in the second half, but an overturned touchdown on 4th down for Washington gave Seattle the ball on its own 4 with 2:19 left and no timeouts. Russell Wilson led a 10-play, 96-yard drive, connecting with Freddie Swain on a 32-yard touchdown pass with 15 ticks left. 2-point conversion to tie it was intercepted. Then Seattle recovered an onside kick, only to have it reversed by penalty. Coach Pete Carroll says the disappointment of the loss doesn't outweigh the pride in the effort.
I'm really proud of the way these guys keep battling and fighting hard and doing what we need to do to hit the heck out of people and make things happen when we get a chance, but the results just aren't coming. Man, we can't get these games won, and I'm not accepting it, and I'm not taking a sideways step. I'm not stepping anywhere but forward, and going to keep driving to get the very next chance we get and go get a win and get going. And I don't expect these guys at any time to do anything but that. I want to keep just stepping forward and keep moving.
Russell Wilson finished 20 for 31 for 247 yards and 2 touchdowns. He says the losing is hard, but he still believes in his teammates.
It's challenging right now, But at the same time, I know, like I said earlier, I know what we're capable of, and what we're capable of has to show up, and we have to make that happen. So, we're going to, like I said, I don't know any other way, and, I'm not one of those guys to be down and out and not believe and to give up and give in. It's just I'm going to keep working my butt off every day. This team is too, and that's what we're going to make sure of.
Seattle's hopes for the postseason gone. They'll host San Francisco Sunday at 1:25. That game on CBS. Well, the good news: Seattle Kraken won for the 4th time in their last 5 games, 7-4 over Buffalo. Seattle got off to a quick start by scoring 2 goals short-handed and kept Buffalo at bay.
Intercepted, a pass shot off the goalpost, they score! The giveaway as the puck came right back to Carson Soucy, who blasted it home. And then it's tipped out to center ice, and Darlene tried to steal it away, but the Seattle Rock coming back again with a shot right on the rebound. And it's on the goal line, but it doesn't matter, it went into the net. Cleared free, but now it takes another one. Came wide of the net, and they score on the rebound. Oposo took his shot, deflected wide, the rebound. They score. Goes to the board. Came out in front, the shot, they scored. To Thompson, he blasted it right out the goaltender's arm. They score. That one banked in. To the point it comes from a screen shot in the goal crease. They scramble. They score. Into the corner, intercepted by the Sabres. Their quick shot right on the rebound. They score. Into the line, cleared in front. The shot. They score. Takes it back to the point and scores. Also fired that from the point. As it's going to be picked up and fired into the net by Mason Appleton. 7-4, the final score.
Seattle remains on the road with a game at Detroit, 4:30 on Wednesday. That's on Root Sports Northwest. Les Schwab College men's basketball scoreboard from last night. Gonzaga got off to a slow start, but beat Tarleton. Tarleton 64-55 in Spokane. Razir Bolton led the Zags with 17 points. Chet Holmgren added 15 following Friday's loss to Duke. Gonzaga dropped this week from number 1 to number 3 in the polls. Well, the winter basketball season gets underway for several high schools in our area. Coming up tonight, the girls' schedule starts at 5:30 with Cascade visiting Sultan. 6 o'clock games have Ephrata at Quincy, Brewster hosting Chelan, Bridgeport travels to Moses Lake Christian, Waterville Mansfield visits Cascade Christian Academy, and Pateras hosts Soap Lake. The Wenatchee girls are in Ellensburg. The game was originally supposed to be a girl-boy doubleheader. It's just a girls' game now, so the varsity starts at 7 o'clock. On the boys' schedule for tonight, Cascade Christian at Sultan, Cascade at Sultan at 7. At 7:30, Moses Lake at Walla Walla, Quincy hosts Ephrata, Chelan's at Brewster, Bridgeport travels to Moses Lake Christian, Waterville Mansfield plays at Cascade Christian, and Pateras hosts Soap Lake. Mariners have spent the last few days making some big moves during the offseason. Seattle traded 2 prospects to the Padres for All-Star second baseman Adam Frazier. 29-year-old says he's excited to become a Mariner, and general manager Jerry DiPoto excited to see what he can do to add to the lineup.
I'm excited about it. The team's obviously trying to win right now, and that's what I want to do. So, I got to watch them a little bit last year, followed along, their second half, it's just really fun to watch and get a group of guys that seem very close, tight knit. So looking forward to getting in there and going to work with them.
We talked about going into this off season with the hope of adding impact to the middle of our lineup and creating more length to our lineup. And I think Adam Frazier answers the length to the lineup riddle. He just makes us a better, more complete team. I believe that he can hit at the top of the lineup. He can move the lineup from roughly any position. He can play second. He can touch third. He's played both left and right. And that just gives us so much flexibility with what we do with the other players.
Seattle also signed American League Cy Young Award winner pitcher Robbie Ray in free agency. The left-hander comes over from Toronto on a 5-year deal worth $115 million. We'll hear, by the way, from new Husky coach Kalen DeBoer coming up tomorrow. That's Look at Sports News. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow, December 1st, get your new month started with this program. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wednesday. That means Winning Wednesday, and up for grabs like it has been for the last couple of Wednesdays. A pair of tickets to see Holiday Dreams, that holiday Cirque show that's coming to the Town Toyota Center on December 15th. Got a lot of buzz about this show. And not only do we have 2 tickets to give away tomorrow for Winning Wednesday, they're really, really good seats, pretty close to the stage. How do you win those tickets to see Holiday Dreams at the Town Toyota Center? Tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. I'll give you all the details. That's called a tease in the business. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, into the High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.